Nigerian banks are making significant progress in raising core capital to meet new paid-up capital requirements, and they are generally on track to meet the end of first quarter 2026 deadline set by the central bank. Fitch Ratings, one of the global rating agencies, disclosed this in a statement posted on its website on Wednesday. The report said Fitch rated banks have made notable progress toward compliance. Almost all the banks in Nigeria have raised capital or formally launched a process to do so. The two largest banks, Access Holdings and Zenith Bank, are the first to secure enough fresh capital to meet the 500 billion naira requirement for an international license. Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu joins me now to discuss this further. Good morning. Good news. Good news. And look, we can use every good news we can get. So the Fitch rating, when I saw this yesterday evening, was good news that we're making progress. And it looks like April 2026 is close to done and dusted. So how have they been able to implement this different from what we had 20 years ago, 2004 Soludo consolidation program?
I think the first thing is that the 2004 one was like a massive shock to the system. I want to confess that I was in the hall that day.
in August.
In August, yeah. At that hall, when Soludo, read that speech. And it was like, an earthquake had been thrown on the banking industry. All of us left there with, miserable and sober and wondering what will happen our future, potent for us.
Within 18 months.
18 months. And so, but lessons have been learned. And this new one that's been organized by Central Bank, Bakadoso, is a little more organized and more deliberate. So as you can see, they were given an option of, remember, let's even take a step back, that one of the key initiatives of this government is the $1 trillion economy. And rightly they identify that for the $1 trillion economy to be achieved, the banking system needs to be recapitalized. Remember that the 25 billion initial capital had been eroded by devaluation. And so it meant nothing. Capital, as you know, is a buffer to banks in taking risks. It enables banks to take it. The more capital a bank has, the more risk it can.
And I think Nigerian banks have been commended variously for having one of the strongest in Africa.
A lot of banks thought that it was a slam dunk, or the CBN came out with that policy that you can't touch your reserves. So they, CBN intention that new money must come into the banking system, which was very good. Initially, it was it didn't sit well with the bankers, but it turned out well for the economy. So the banking industry, for our viewers, I think there are about 33, 34 banks in Nigeria now.
Exactly.
It can be classified into about three classes. You have the top Tier 1 banks, there are about 5 of them there. And then you have Tier 2 banks, a cluster at the end, and then Tier 3 banks. The Tier 1 banks, their roadmaps are very clear. And indeed, 2 of them have already crossed the Rubicon. Oh, by the way, again, what the Central Bank said was that for those who have international franchise, your new capital will be 500 billion naira.
The UBS, the Access Bank,
UBS, Access, GT, Access, and First Bank.
Technically, the first year.
We call them full gas. And then if you're going to operate a national franchise, your capital will be 200 billion. And we have a cluster of banks there also, the FCMBs, the Fidelities, the Sterling. A couple of the international banks are there too. And then the third tier, the capital, if you're going to run a regional franchise, it's going to be 50 billion.
Unity.
Yeah, a couple of them there. A lot of them there. A lot there. The new one, less than 5-year-old commercial banks. And some
Globals, the rest of them.
Globals,
Taj.
Yes, all of them are there. Now, what has happened is this progress report. A lot of the banks, they were told to new issues, go to capital market, new issues, mergers acquisition, or downgrading of your licenses. A lot of the banks, you notice, especially those who are quoted, have gone to the market and done success of the issue offers. Zenith and Assets have crossed the 500 billion mark, so they made a mark. Now, a couple of other ones have done two-stage program for issuing new issues. They have also many sources of that. Now, the joy or my confidence rests on the fact that about 4.6 trillion of money was returned by those who
subscription.
Yeah, over subscription. And those monies must find some space in the system, because those banks now are going back for the second round of recapitalization. If you go to the second grade of banks also, some of them also have made success also. Now, where Fitch report had some question mark, even though you said we made success, is the third tier banks, the tier 3 banks, the banks, No, but I mean, I believe that the first thing is that most of them are private banks.
Yeah.
So what they are doing, I know what some of them are doing.
Yeah, okay.
They actually made some progress already, but because they are not quoted, Fitch may not have information.
We're not tracking them.
Yeah, you will not be tracking them.
Yes.
But at that level, I believe that those who had the national franchise, hitherto, before now, may downgrade, because the movement from 50 billion, the jump from 50 billion capital for regional to 200 billion for national is massive.
It's a whole lot.
It's a whole lot.
So are you, is the NSA tracking whether you are switched off right now or not?
Yeah, I mean, we're still tracking. But the issue...
But yes, with the NLC. The NLC wants us to switch off on essential services. You didn't get a joke.
I didn't get a joke. Well, I mean, what's time now? What's time? It was 12 to 2.
12 to 2 or 11?
Is it 11 to 3 or something like that? Maybe that's why I'm not receiving calls, maybe, But, yeah, seriously speaking, telecommunication is a massive, infrastructure required to run an economy of a country. We have done this in this program when those prices were increased, and the justification for that. We also acknowledge that for a long time, those prices have not moved up. The issue was how much can they move up, and they were angling for more than 100%, and the government, kindly get them 50%. So, but I guess communication is very key. NNC and everybody needs to be engaged to make sure that we understand that. And moreover, I think in implementing these things, the telecom companies must, come with some palliatives and nice packages. How they say, buy this, gets free. Yeah. Some free times.
The times are hard. I'm sure you saw the numbers, at least for two. Telco, MTN and Airtel last year, they lost hundreds of billions. They are still hurting right now.
Yeah, but Bolton, I do not think that MTN and Airtel losses were due to the fact that that we
have devaluation.
Devaluation was a major element.
Then you've got the petrol, diesel.
And the last time I spoke here,
the collapse of national grid, 12 times or so last year.
The last time I spoke here, I said they have to change their business model from using things, try to find replacement items, whether it's human capital or resources, for things that they hitherto import or spend dollars on. Okay. They're available in Nigeria. I'm aware that MTN, change a lot of their contracts, especially the base station contracts, more to Naira. Yeah, but other things, also I said infrastructure problems are here. So every base station usually have...
so maybe not 50%. What would you recommend? 20, 30%? Give them something.
The price increase...
I just want to go to zero.
No. Price increase is okay, but I'm just saying that implementing it, they should do the human face. Okay. Bundle it with, if you have free calls between 12 a.m. and 2 p.m. and 2 a.m., those kind of stuff, so that people can... And the Nigerians also moderate consumption. Not Bosun, hello, want to talk about the meeting that we're going to have. We'll spend the first 10 minutes talking about, hello, brother, how are you?
At times are hard, my friend. You need to find out how I'm doing. You haven't asked me how I'm doing. It's been a long time. Okay, let's leave it there. Between the chicken and the egg. You can't make an omelette without breaking it.
Talk less.
Yes. Have a great day.
And you too, bro.
And that's Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu here on Global Business Policy.